Hello everyone, it's Maha. Nice to be with you. I received the sweetest, cutest little deck the other day in the mail. Isn't that so cute? It's so tiny. Look at that. It's like the size of my palm. It looks like it's so small and light. It looks like a bubble gum or a candy box, mint box. So sweet. I can't wait to look at the cards with you. I first saw this deck on Kelly from Truth and Stories on her channel, and then I also saw it on Cuilefan's channel, and I guess I had somehow expressed that I really wanted this deck. And my friend from Golden Spirit Rising, who has a channel here on YouTube, I'll link it down below, he was so sweet and he emailed me and said, a little birdie told me that you want this deck, I'll send it to you. So this package came to me from Poland yesterday, and at first I didn't know what it was. I didn't expect it to be a deck because it was so tiny. When I saw this on the video reviews, for some reason I just imagined it to be a little bit bigger. It's really hard sometimes to see in the camera perspective to actually see what the cards, like how small the cards can be or how large they are. So I was really surprised, and it's so cute. Like, look at this. I love this owl. It reminds me of my owl pendant, which I showed you guys in another video. And it's a crystal deck. It's in Polish, so I'm probably gonna have to get some of my friends to translate these decks for me. But at the same time, it could be good because it will force me to use my intuition even more. So let's open it up, shall we? So excited. It was sitting on my desk all day yesterday. I thought I'd have to wait for the video. So it comes with a little book, all in Polish. It's a bit intimidating, but oh, I got one word, Oppo. Anyway, that's my little reference in Polish, and then the cards are wrapped up. Oh wow, so beautiful. It's a very colorful deck, and I like the fact that it's so small. It makes it seem even more precious, you know what I mean? And it's just the cards are so light. Sorry, I'm using my teeth. Oh wow, okay, first I gotta smell them. I love smelling my cards. Okay, so the backing, oh, this one is an extra card with crystals showing you how they actually look, which is so nice because in case you don't know what they look like, you get to refer to them. I'm not sure where you can purchase this deck from, but if you go on my friend Golden Spirit Rising's channel, you can ask him. I'm sure he'll be able to tell you all the details. And there are reviews of this deck, like I said. Oh wow, okay, so the images are so precious, so colorful, very, very good for stimulating the intuition, I think, because you don't actually have a reference, you don't actually have a picture of the crystal. The crystal's name is on the bottom. And if you want to see what the crystal looks like, then I guess you can refer to that handy card, the 3 cards. So cute. And the cardstock is actually really nice, even though it's pretty compact and quite small. This is the back of the cards. Green with spirals. I love this deck. I love color, and this has got a lot of boldness, bold colors. Oh wow. For some reason I feel like this might be kunzite. It's nice. It looks like a flower and a baby inside it. You have quite a contrast of colors. almost childlike, almost also surreal. That's beautiful. The lotus and the light on top about to open up. This is going to be a very interesting experience, reading this deck, not knowing at all what the cards refer to. I think they are almost, it seems like they're made, the drawings made of, drawn with pencil crayons or colored pencils. Wow, look at that. That reminds me of the High Priestess right there. The moon and the reflection. How many cards are there? Actually, I'm not sure. I can't tell you that because it doesn't... Anyway. A nice, very, very sweet little deck. Thank you so much, my sweet friend. This is definitely going to be a precious little deck for me, and I'm going to spend some time working with it, and then maybe I'll tell you guys what I think after. This is so nice. Olive. There are some kind of archetypal and imagery, you could say. Anyway. Oh, I love the owl. This is my favorite owl card ever. I think this is going to be my card of the year. Yeah. Yes, thank you again ever so much. I am very grateful to have such beautiful friends who send me little gifts like this once in a while and write me sweet comments and emails. By the way, everybody, all my new subscribers, also thank you so much for being here. Now I want to share an amazing experience, you guys, that I had with the Faery Forest Oracle by Lucy Cavendish. I got this deck, I want to say like 3 weeks ago, and I haven't worked much with it. To be honest, I wasn't really sure if I wanted to keep it. The images just didn't, in the beginning when I first looked at them, they didn't really grab me. They didn't grab me on an emotional level anyway. I think they are beautiful images. Really colorful, very striking. And, well, first of all, I wanted to ask any of you, if any of you have this deck, and if you have trimmed this deck, let me know, because originally I thought, yeah, I'm definitely going to trim it, because it has like 3 borders, and maybe that's not so necessary, but I'm not sure anymore. I can't decide. You know, I've never trimmed any of my decks before, and it's kind of scary, just the idea of trimming them for some reason. So the first reason why I decided to keep this deck was this card in particular. So when I saw this card, I thought right away of the energy of Leo, because she's just got her red hair, that intense fire energy is really apparent, and she's wearing, I noticed later, she's wearing ruby jewelry. Ruby is also linked to Leo, as well as Cancer sometimes. And then I read the keywords: glamour, opulence, hubris. And that is a pretty good description of the archetype of Leo. Leo can be anywhere from glamour to excessive glamour to humility, and then or the heart and ego, and then the unhealthy ego. So I linked this to Leo, and then that kind of led me to look further in the deck and find all the archetypes that are existing in this deck. In my opinion, there are a lot of archetypal energies, which is what really made me keep this deck. And then I still wasn't working with it really yet. I had it sitting on my living room table next to the window, like a big window that we have. And so what I do almost on a daily basis is I go for walks at twilight. I love twilight. It's my favorite time of the year, time of the day. I find that the colors during that time are so saturated. And for me as an artist, I just love looking at the colors in nature. And so when I walk around, if I see leaves and flowers, even the sky, I find that at twilight, everything is just like boosted 10 times, 100 times more. And the colors are just so, it's hard to describe. There is a sense of the energy is just so magical, so beautiful. And then it's really quiet and calm. If you've ever noticed, everything just kind of calms down, and birds aren't even really singing, with the exception of the robin and a few other ones that are signaling the night coming, the evening coming, and the sun going away. So there's this kind of stillness. Everything all of a sudden just stops. And it's just so magical. It's such a magical time. So I always go for walks during twilight. And so last night, yesterday evening, when I came home, I found this. I forgot that I had placed this on the table here in the living room. And then when I walked by it, suddenly I just stopped, because it was like at twilight at that time. The light was shining, like hitting on my deck that was sitting on the table, and the deck just, I don't even know how to explain it or how to explain it in words, you guys, but it was like the deck was alive in a beautiful way. It was like, I guess some people would say fairies were circulating around it, or fairy energy. I'm not someone who sees fairy energies, so I can't say, but I felt that the deck was just alive. It was like singing to me. And not only did I decide to keep it, but I also realized that after that point, I realized that certain decks actually have certain times of the day. There are certain times of the day that certain decks want to work with me more than others. It helped me to become more sensitive to sensing the different times of the days that the different decks want to be used, if you know what I mean. So that was a really interesting lesson, and ever since then, I've been paying attention to the changing light. I talked to you guys about how my parrot, is really sensitive to the changing light, and I think just paying more attention to that and also being with him has helped me to just be more in tune with the light. And also, in the evenings, I rarely turn on lights. Like, I try not to turn on too many lights. I use a lot of candles in my house. So I've just been really practicing trying to get in tune with nature that way, with the changing lights. And then it's hard sometimes, people work in an office. Like, I'm lucky right now, I'm working at home. But when I used to work in an office, I had to be in the office all day with these ugly bright lights all day, from morning to evening, so you don't really sense that beautiful energy of the light changing. But it's a great practice to think about it, and to try not to just be around superficial light as much as you possibly can, if possible. It also has been proven that you sleep better if you don't spend too much time around superficial light. So I used to try, when I was working in the office, I used to try to go for walks as much as possible, just to get out. Even though I was working in the middle of nowhere, just getting out, being close to that energy that comes from the sun and from the trees. It's amazing. Anyway, so that was a really incredible experience. Like I said, I wish I could just explain it better in words, how this deck just was like singing. It was just sitting, the box was sitting on my table, and it was like something was coming out, like it was like glowing, and I don't know. I know it sounds really weird, but it's really how I felt. I was really feeling like this deck is coming alive. It's coming alive at Twilight. It was like the fairies were coming alive, and you know, the whole realm of fairies for me it's a new thing, because the culture where I grew up in, the culture I was born into, fairies were not really big in my culture. So it was kind of something that was more something from the West that we saw in fairy tale storybooks, but it wasn't really big for me, and I was kind of foreign to it. And just until recently, I've been exploring that whole world, but I've always been really deeply attracted to it at the same time, like fascinated by it, and yet respect it at the same time, because I don't know that much about it, so I respect it for what it is, and try to invite the energy of that twilight time into my world, because for some reason I really connect to it. So that's all I had to say today. I wanted to make a short little video and just say hi and give you my love, and as always, it's nice to be with you. Thank you so much to all of you guys for your comments. Please keep on sending me comments, because I love reading them. Mwah.